Hi friends, welcome to my channel Plants and Birds. Friends, in last video of poultry farming, we have discussed about the process of egg formation part 1, that is how the egg formation is takes place, about its introduction and hormonal changes. Okay, in this video we are going to discuss about the process of egg formation part 2 in this reproductive tract of the hen, especially the ovary. We will discuss about the ovary and that is initiation, how initiation of egg formation takes place in the ovary. The first, reproductive tract of hen. Reproductive tract is nothing but ovary and oviduct together forms reproductive tract. Here ovary and oviduct are the two main parts of the reproductive tract. In chicken, only left side remains functional, that is left side ovary remains functional, where right ovary and oviduct regress during embryonic growth. Mullerian inhibiting substance, that is embryonic growth means in the egg itself, it is before it born, when it is growing inside the egg, then only it will be regressed. Why it is regressed means Mullerian inhibiting substance means is responsible for regression. Okay, right one is functional in havoc and both side functional in brown kiwi. This is a exceptional case of this Mullerian inhibiting substance. And next, this is the female reproductive system. This is the first part is known as ovary, and next infundibulum, magnum, isthmus. This constitutes oviduct. In this video, we are going to discuss in a clear manner about the ovary. That is ovary. Smooth before laying. That is before laying, it is very smooth, and later looks granular. Okay. Later looks granular like it will be turned when it is matured, when become matured. Looks like cluster of grapes before laying. Okay, before laying, it will lay eggs in 1 or 2 months, means it will turn into a cluster of grapes like appearance. Okay, left ovary present near proximity to left kidney. During incubation, when it is an embryo stage, there are 20,000 ova present in hen. But when hen matures, only 3,600 to 4,200 ova will present in the mature hen. Okay, ovary size is 40 to 50 grams in laying hen. So this is very important, 40 to 50 grams in laying hen and 3 to 5 grams in body hen. It will decrease more than 90%, it will be decreased. And next, this is the vibe of ovary. See, this is the large yellow follicle, small yellow follicle, small white follicles. That white follicles will on growing, it will turn like a yellowish color due to xanthophyll. We will discuss it about next slide. That is, this is a follicle is nothing but a yolk. Okay. Next, the left ovary is situated at dorsal part of the abdominal cavity and four end of kidneys. It is attached to the abdominal cavity wall by the meso-ovarian ligament. Okay, ovary is attached to the abdominal cavity by the meso-ovarian ligament. Ovary is a cluster of developing yolks or ova. At hatch, pullet chicks have tens of thousands of potential eggs. Most of these, however, never develop to the point of ovulation. Each ovum surrounded by vitellian membrane. As the ovum develops, yolk is added. Each ovum is surrounded by vitellian membrane, so that when it is small, it is look like whitish in color. Then, as the ovum develops, yolk is added. It will turn into the yellowish color. Next, the color of the yolk comes from the fat soluble pigment that called xanthophylls contained in hen's diet. Okay, this is the main reason why the boiler eggs will have somewhat light yellow color, while the backyard hens will have dark color, is due to presence of fat soluble pigment xanthophyll. Concentration of xanthophyll leads to coloration of the yolk. Hence, feed diets with yellow maize are allowed to range on grass, typically have dark yellow yolks. Hence, feed diets with white maize, sorghum, millet and wheat typically have pale yolks. The color of the yolks improved by marigold petals, xanthophylls. This is very very important to be noted here. The color of the yolk can be improved by using marigold petals. Marigold flower petals can be given into the diet of hen so that the color of the yolk can be improved because it contains xanthophylls. Friends, the next is the liberation of ovum from Graafian follicle is called ovulation. That is, release of ova from the Graafian follicle is called as ovulation. The ovulation occurs normally 14 to 75 minutes after oviposition. Here oviposition is nothing but the laying of the fully formed egg. That is when the egg is laid. That is known as the laying of egg is known as oviposition. Okay, that is if the egg is laid at 8 o'clock, the next ovulation takes place after 8:14, from 8:14 to 9:15. From this time morning, in that time, in the next ovulation will be takes. Yolk size is in the egg up to 40 millimeters in diameter. Okay, egg size, yolk size in the egg is up to 40 millimeters in diameter. 40 millimeters. On the distal end of the mature follicle have a elongated area which is free of blood vessels called as stigma. Okay, this is very very important to be noted here is on the distal surface of the mature follicle have a elongated area which is free of blood vessels. Blood vessels will be not present. That is called as stigma, is where the follicle normally splits to release the yolk into the oviduct. Okay, yolk into the oviduct. If the follicle splits at other than the stigma, the numerous blood vessels will rupture, results in blood spot in egg. In some eggs, there will be a blood spot on the yolk. This is due to if the egg follicle not split on stigma, if it splits on other than stigma's place in the blood where there is a blood vessels will be present, which causes a blood spot on the yolk. And next, initiation of egg formation. Okay, 11 days before first egg anterior pituitary releases FSH, follicle stimulating hormone. Okay, see, 11 days before, it must be remembered, before 11 days. Okay, when the egg will be laid on 11th day, the first day the FSH will be released from anterior pituitary gland. That is follicle stimulating hormone that will stimulate the follicle to grow and to release into the oviduct. Okay, FSH activate ovary and oviduct. Active ovary produce estrogen, progesterone and testosterone. Okay, FSH will be released, which leads to active ovary activation of ovary, which produces estrogen, progesterone and testosterone. That is, hormonal plus nervous system is responsible for first ovulation. Okay, hormonal plus nervous system both together responsible for first ovulation. Second ovulation regulated by the first oviposition. Okay, second ovulation regulated by the first oviposition. As I told, after first oviposition, after 14 to 75 minutes, the second ovulation takes place. Okay, next, estrogen, enlargement and redding of the comb and wattles. Okay, when we can identify very easily by seeing its comb face color, because it will be turned into a reddish color or pink, dark pinkish color. This is because of estrogen. Medullary bone formation initiates. Stimulate yolk formation in liver. Medullary bone means that is like a stomach. Okay, in the ovarian part there is a bone like formation which will be bulged before it is laying the egg. Stimulate yolk formation in liver. In ovary. Stimulate yolk formation in ovary. Liver not. Stimulate yolk formation in ovary. Widening of pubic bones. pubic bones will be wider. As I told, it will be increased in size for the egg oviposition cell. For the oviposition cell, which is due to estrogen. Widening of pubic bones, which is very very important for oviposition. Okay, prenumital okay, feather molt, feather drop occurs before laying eggs. That is, before 1 month of laying eggs, the feather will be dropped, a new feather will be developed. This is due to estrogen. Enable oviduct to secrete its secretion. Oviduct will secrete its secretion for the maintaining ovule. That is ovule. What is the yolk release? That it must be maintained healthily, so that it will be secretions will be enabled. And here one thing to be remembered is, by these functions we can be know by estrogen will secrete outward functions. Say widening of pubic bones, we can see then hen will lay egg 1 or 2, 3 to 4 days, in 3 to 4 days, and will be laid egg. Reddening of comb will shows that the hen will be lay egg in 10 to 1 week to 10 days. These are the very important what is the important points to be noted, to know when the hen will going to lay egg. Once again I will tell that enlargement and reddening of comb, and what else? Medullary bone formation initiates. Stimulate yolk formation in liver, in ovary. Widening of pubic bones, prenuptial feather molt, feather drop. Enable oviduct to secrete its secretion. This feather drop is mainly seen when the hen is kept under the brooding. When it gives rise to chicks. Incubation is after incubation, the hatching. After hatching, it will be grow them for 2 months. After 2 months, the feather will be dropped completely and new feathers will be developed. It is mainly in fully brooded hatch. Mother hen. And next, release of ova into oviduct. When ova get matured, progesterone hormone is released by when ova get mature, progesterone hormone is released by ovary. Next, progesterone stimulates hypothalamus to release LH from anterior pituitary, to release LH, that is luteinizing hormone from anterior. Luteinizing hormone role is very very important. Causes rupture of follicle from stigma, suture line. Ovulation takes place. That is when it is cut under stigma, that is suture, there will be presence of suture. This will be cutted, the follicle is released. For release of follicle, which hormone is useful? Luteinizing hormone, which is stimulated by the progesterone. Release of luteinizing hormone is stimulated by the progesterone, released by hypothalamus. Suture ovulation takes place. Friends, this is about the ovary. In next video we are going to discuss about the oviduct, in detail, about the infundibulum, all that parts in detail. And please subscribe my channel for getting more information about the agriculture, especially in that horticulture and poultry farming in detail manner. Thank you friends. Bye.